Good morning, and everybody, welcome to you all. Both in the sanctuary and on Zoom, Reverend Drew sends his greetings. He's preaching in Belfast today. I'm Sue McKay, and with me is Hannah Wonderly and Cassie Belka from your USB worship team. If you're visiting today for the first time, we invite you to introduce yourself following announcements. If our numbers look a little bit light for the Sunday before Christmas, it's because there's a very special service at 4:30 celebrating the solstice. We invite you to come back for that one. It'll feature the music of Linda Kaler, the UUSB choir, and members of Women with Wings. Linda, you want to just wave your hand there? Okay, now I'll invite Hannah to share announcements for the next couple of days.
Good morning. As of 3 minutes ago, if it's 10:06, 10:03, it's officially the solstice, winter solstice, so happy solstice. First, I have an announcement about the silent auction that's been going on in conjunction with the gift table in the Dorothy. There's a couple items that people might not be aware of. It's apparently an authentic Chinese jacket and vest are available to bid on. The winner will be announced after the solstice service this evening? This afternoon. I also have a few announcements all regarding. The first is to let everyone know that it's a UUSB tradition to ring in Christmas with bells. So if you happen to have a bell, please bring it in, and at specified times during the service, you'll get to ring it. The second is that any undesignated funds collected during that service will be shared with the minister's discretionary fund. And finally, we're looking for food donations for Fellowship Hour following the Christmas Eve service, so please bring something to share, and please also be prepared to bring anything back home with you that doesn't get eaten. Thank you so much. For other announcements, please see your printed program and the weekly e-news bulletin.
If there are people that are visiting for the first time who would like to introduce themselves, Phyllis, do you have the microphone to take around to anybody? Just raise your hand. We don't need a bio. We just want to know who you are, maybe where you came from. We've got someone right there, Phyllis.
So, yep, it works. My name is Olivia Danforth, and I'm from Bradford, Maine. And this is my first time to really any church.
Hello, I'm Julia Bates. I'm from Bangor. This isn't my first time, but this is the time that I'm brave enough to introduce myself.
Welcome. Before we start our introit, I want to do a little centering and kind of giving you a preview of what's going to happen today. Today is a very special day in the lives of followers of many faith traditions. I consider a tapestry of winter holidays. It doesn't happen very often that the Jewish holiday of Hanukkah, the pagan celebration of the winter solstice, overlap with the fourth Sunday in the Christian calendar of Advent. While winter solstice is always on the 21st and Christmas is always on the 25th, Hanukkah moves around because it is determined based on the Jewish calendar. Prepare yourself to share the lights of many faith traditions today. And I've asked for the introit to be light one candle from the Jewish tradition.
Sue's wearing many hats today, and so you know Sue. She loves a good hat. Has quite a collection. So today, as we do each Sunday, we light our flaming chalice, Unitarian Universalism symbol of light and hope. We're lighting some other candles today as well. The first 7 candles in our menorah. Jewish families tonight will light the final candle of Hanukkah, representing the 8 days the oil burned brightly in the rededicated temple over 2,000 years ago. And she's lighting them from right to left, just as Reverend Drew reminded us is the appropriate way to light the menorah. And lastly, we're lighting the 4th candle of Advent, so all 4 candles. And the 4th candle represents love. In this holiday season and throughout the year to come, and always in our lives, may we know we are loved, may we share the love we have, and may we be the love we wish to see. Blessed be. And our opening hymn, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear.
It's now time for the time for all ages. So if you are young or young at heart, we have a special treat for you today. Come on down to the rug and I'll explain what's happening. Belinda Gainham, back during COVID, recited a story. And it is so wonderful that I asked her if she would do it again, live and in person. So Belinda is going to regale us with A Cup of Christmas Tea, written by Tom Hegg.
I used to drink out of a jar when I was a younger woman.
Hold on, hold, well, we have to have the microphone.
This voice?
No, the people on Zoom won't be able to hear you.
Thank you. Is that good? All right. So people can hear me now. Yeah, beautiful. Good morning. Christmas 2025. This might be one of the most important Christmases of our lives. So we have to really celebrate it this year, every little second of it if we can, and be here together, truly together. The log was in the fireplace, all spiced and set to burn. At last, the yearly Christmas race was in the clubhouse turn. The cards were in the mail, all gifts beneath the tree, and 30 days reprieve till Visa had a hold of me. And though smug satisfaction seemed the order of the day, something still was nagging me and would not go away. A week before, I'd gotten a letter from my old aunt. It read, "Of course, I'll understand completely if you can't, but if you find you have some time, how wonderful if we could have a little chat and share a cup of Christmas tea." She'd had a mild stroke that year, which crippled her left side. Though housebound now, my folks had said it hadn't hurt her pride. They said she'd love to see you, and what a nice thing it would be for you to go and maybe have a cup of Christmas tea. But boy, I didn't want to go. Oh, what a bitter pill. To see an old relation and how far she'd gone downhill. I remembered her as vigorous, as funny, and as bright. I remembered Christmas Eves when she regaled us half the night. I didn't want to risk all that. I didn't want the pain. I didn't need to be depressed, and I didn't need the strain. And what about my brother? Why not him? She's his aunt too. I thought I had it justified, but then before I knew, the reasons not to go I so painstakingly had built were cracking wide and crumbling in an acid rain of guilt. I put on boots and gloves and cap, shame stinging every pore, and armed with squeegee, sand, and map, I went outside the door. I drove in from the suburbs to the older part of town. The pastels of the newer homes gave way to grays and browns. I had that disembodied feeling as the car pulled up and stopped beside the wooden house that held the Christmas cup. How I got to her door, I really can't tell. And I watched my hand rise up and press the button of the bell. I waited, aided by my rocking to and fro. And just as I was thinking I should turn around and go, I heard the rattle of the china against the hutch, against the wall. The triple beat of 2 feet and a crutch came down the hall. The clicking of the door latch and the sliding of the bolt, and a little swollen struggle popped it open with a jolt. She stood there, pale and tiny, looking fragile as an egg. I forced myself from staring at the brace that held her leg. And though her thick bifocals seemed to crack and spread her eyes, their milky and refracted depths lit up with great surprise. Come in, she laughed the words. She took me by the hand, and all my fears dissolved away as if by her command. We went inside, and then, before I knew how to react, before my eyes and ears and nose, was Christmas past, alive, intact. the scent of candied oranges, of cinnamon and pine, the antique wooden soldiers in their military line, the porcelain nativity I'd always loved so much, the Dresden and the crystal I'd been told I mustn't touch. My spirit fairly bolted like a child out of class and danced among the ornaments of calico and glass. Like magic, I was 6 again, deep in a Christmas spell, steeped in a million memories the boy inside knew well. And there, among old Christmas cards, so lovingly displayed, a special place of honor for the ones we kids had made. And there beside her rocking chair, the center of it all, my great aunt stood and said how nice it was I'd come to call. I sat and rattled on about the weather and the flu. She listened very patiently, then smiled and said, "What's new?" Thoughts and words began to flow. I started making sense. I lost the phony breeziness I use when I get tense. She was still passionately interested in everything I did. She was positive, encouraging, like when I was a kid. Simple generalities still sent her into fits. She demanded the specifics, the particulars, the bits. We talked about the limitations that she had had to face. She spoke with utter candor and with humor and with grace, then defying the reality of crutch and straightened knee. On wings of hospitality, she flew to brew the tea. I sat alone with feelings I hadn't felt in years. I looked around at Christmas through a thick, hot blur of tears. And the candles and the holly she arranged on every shelf. The impossibly good cookies she still somehow baked herself. But these rich tactile memories became quite pale and thin when measured by the Christmas my great aunt kept deep within. Her body halved and nearly spent, but my great aunt was whole, and I saw a Christmas miracle, the triumph of a soul. The triple beat of 2 feet and a crutch came down the hall, the rattle of the china in the hutch against the wall. She poured 2 cups and smiled. Then she handed one to me, and we settled back and had a cup of Christmas tea. Once a year, I read this once a year, and it sets me off for the whole rest of the holiday. Because when I first read this, it was a beautiful story. But this year, I'm that old great aunt. And I have to say that I appreciate this wonderful man for having written this beautiful book, the kind of book that takes you for the rest of your life to a very special place. Thank you.
Thank you, Belinda. That was wonderful. Now let's sing our young people down to their classes. Go down in peace, go down in peace, may the light of the
Testing. As Reverend Drew puts it, now's the time in our service of deep sharing, where we hold space for each other's heartaches, triumphs, and all the stuff of life in between. So if you feel compelled to share with us today, we invite you to come to the front here and form a line, and Sue will hand you a candle. We light one last candle for those whose joys or sorrows remain unspoken, and for those who have no community in which to share.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. This is the time in our service when we financially support our congregation and the larger community. Every Sunday, we share half of the undesignated plate offerings with an organization that works towards our UU values. During the month of December, we share with the Greater Bangor Area Homeless Shelter. This shelter is open 365 days a year, providing overnight shelter, day services, a daily soup kitchen, food pantry, and an overnight winter warming center. The plates will be passed. Thank you for your generosity. Blessed be. You go.
When Sue asked me to choose a reading for today's service, what came to mind and kept coming to mind was a song I loved singing as a little kid in my elementary school's chorus. In a very sweet way, it celebrates both Hanukkah and Christmas. And I found a video performance of it from December 2020. So, high pandemic era, where the title of the song is Here in My House. And so that took on kind of a weightier meaning during that period. So I'm excited to share this performance with you now. This is Here in My House by Aileen Shader.
My house, there are candles burning bright, one for every night of the holiday. We gather with friends, sharing gifts and happy times. Happy Hanukkah. And in my neighbor's house, the lights are shining too, red and green and blue, round the door. The sound of jingle bells and laughter everywhere. Merry Christmas and many more. Season of light, season of cheer, season of peace, may it last throughout the year. And in my neighbor's house, the lights are shining too, red and green and blue, round the door. The sound of jingle bells and laughter everywhere. Merry Christmas and many more. Season of light, season of cheer, season of peace, may it last throughout the year. And in my neighbor's house, the lights are shining too, red and green and blue, round the door. The sound of jingle bells and laughter everywhere. Merry Christmas and many more. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to you.
Wasn't that something? As soon as Glenn is able to turn it off. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. There we go. Yeah, when she sent that over to me, I said, oh goodness, we have got to do that. I just love that song. But I want to do a special shout out to UUSB living through that pandemic, in particular, Lori Cartier. Lori was scheduled to be in the pulpit the day that we had to shut down for COVID, and she pulled it off with aplomb, got the music going, and oh my God, they did music. Linda and Rissa did music live on her little tiny piano. It gives me goosebumps to think that we survived that, but you three were amazing. So thank you very much. Next, we have some special music. We have to exit stage left, right. We're going down there. Come on. if any of you want to consider joining the worship team, we have a lot of fun. Just saying. So I'm going to give you my reflection on the holidays. As I mentioned at the beginning of the service, this is truly a special day. It's not surprising that these three traditions celebrate bringing light into the world. Hanukkah tells the story of the Maccabees, who after the Syrians desecrated their temple, they recaptured it, cleansed it, and rededicated their sacred space. They relighted their lamp, knowing there was only enough oil to last for one day. The miracle is that the lamp burned for 8 days. The 9-candle Hanukkah menorah represents those 8 days, along with the shamas, the extra starter candle. Each Jewish family lights their own menorah during Hanukkah. As Slovi Jonas Wolf explains, in a world filled with frustration, confusion, anxiety, and hatred, Hanukkah gives us the gift of light. The winter solstice has its origins in the Neolithic cultures around 10,000 BC, a celestial turning point marking the shortest day and the longest night of the year. They tracked the cycles of the sun for farming and marked the sun's apparent death and rebirth with rituals. This symbolic battle between darkness and light with the winter solstice as it is the turning point. Again, I invite you to return this afternoon at 4:30 for the very special winter solstice celebration in song. Advent means waiting, and the holiday season is nothing if not about waiting. To get done the chores, to find the right gift, to find time for quiet moments, to accept that our loved ones will not be as we wish them to be sometimes. As we light our candles for this holiday season, this time of waiting, we need to remind ourselves to enjoy the moment, the now, and our lives. Yes, much is coming, and always we wait. But those things to come will also be now when they come. For many of us UUs, we began our lives raised in different faith traditions. Some left those denominations because their doctrines did not speak to them. Some left because they let them down, and in some cases, left scars. Throughout history and to the present day, more harm has been done to peoples around the world in the name of religion than any other source. Unitarian Universalism allows one the freedom to walk their own path, taking solace in the teachings from many faith traditions. Why do we celebrate the birth of Jesus each year? For some UUs, Jesus was born the Christ child, destined to be a savior needed in a sad and scary world. For others, as an adult, he is seen as a prophet who cares for the others, and the people others would pass by on the road and turn away, often with a scowl, offering little help, if any. Why would this baby born in a humble stable be the chosen one? Jesus was a Jew who believed in his faith and his God. He would become, for Christians, the light of the world. Jesus was a good man who cared for his fellow humans, especially the downtrodden. Was he a miracle worker, the Son of God? For me, Jesus' birth is worth celebrating because he was human. He did not have all the answers, but he tried. And sometimes that's the most important thing. He tried to right wrong. He tried to lift up people with compassion and love. He strove for social justice. If he were here in person, he would have been on the marches with Dr. King. He would be at the rallies that we have now to fight oppression. He would comfort those who are sick in body and spirit. When I see someone showing compassion, lending their hand to serve others, especially the people that others would pass by, trying to make a difference, in my mind's eye, I see that prophet Jesus, as I believe his spirit for righteousness lives on today. Let the lights of the season lift your spirits on even the darkest night. And to quote Tiny Tim, God bless us, everyone. Our closing hymn is Angels We Have Heard on High.
As we extinguish the flame of our Unitarian Universalist chalice, may its lingering spark be carried in your heart until we are together again. Please stand and join us for our benediction.